All right, today we're going to talk about the Louisiana Purchase. Obviously, we have that as a vocab term. It's land that's owned by France, and eventually the United States will purchase it from them. Our lesson objective will be students will know how the Louisiana Purchase basically doubles the size of the United States. It's probably one of the biggest real estate deals in our history, and probably one of the best ones in the whole world, considering how much we pay for it and how much it ends up being per acre. The big idea in this one is that Thomas Jefferson bought the Louisiana Territory from France without Congress approval, which is going to be a big deal because Federalists are going to believe that his actions are unconstitutional. TJ hires Lewis and Clark, two men to explore the territory of the Louisiana Territory, and Federalists in the northern states want to secede in fear of Republicans taking over. Now, this all starts with Santo Domingo and a revolution that happens there. Santo Domingo is common-day Haiti. What ends up happening there is that Napoleon owns that land. He also owns the Louisiana Territory. His plan is that he wants a French empire in the Americas. Problem is that there's going to be a slave revolt. This slave right here is by the name of Toussaint L'Ouverture. He's an educated person, and he talks about the Revolutionary War with the slaves and also the French Revolutionary War, which inspires them to have their own revolution. They take over and they're able to defeat the French plantation owners there. Now, because Napoleon is in a tough pickle here, he's got a war with Britain at the moment. His men are getting very sick and dying, and he needs money as soon as possible. So he needs to liquidate his funds as soon as he can. To do that, he's going to sell land and try to get that money to his men so they can survive this war with Britain. This is where we get the benefit. Here's a picture of Haiti. It's in right near the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. It's about maybe just a little over 100 miles away from the coast of Florida. All right. So he wants to own all that area of the Caribbean and also the part of the Louisiana Territory in the United States. So the Louisiana Purchase. First off, many Americans are moving west. We're continuously looking for opportunity. Farmers want to get rich. We want that natural resource. So moving on west is what we want to do, past that Appalachian Mountains. Spain used to control that area of the Appalachian Mountains, past that where the Louisiana Territory is, but they lost that. They lost it to France, and now France owns it. That means the treaty, like Pinckney's Treaty, is no longer in existence because we made a contract with Spain, not France. So we no longer get access to the Mississippi River. We no longer get access to Louisiana port. That is a big deal for us because our merchants and our farmers have been using that, both those river, the Mississippi River and the Louisiana port for trading. So now that we don't have access to it, Thomas Jefferson wants to buy it. He wants to continue to boost U.S. economy so we can pay off that debt. When we send our diplomats out there, we get a counteroffer that is huge. The counteroffer is all of the Louisiana Territory going to the Rocky Mountains, from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains, and it's for $15 million. That's a huge deal. That's basically 3 cents an acre if we do that. Now, Thomas Jefferson never really approved this deal. The men that he sent down there, they didn't have enough time to come back. Remember, we don't have airplanes, we don't have telegraphs or a fast way of travel. So they were scared, if they come back home and ask Thomas Jefferson, that they're not going to get this deal. And they know this is a great deal. 3 cents an acre, that's nothing. So they purchase it, kind of like the whole deal, like, ask for forgiveness later. And they tell Thomas Jefferson about this deal. He couldn't be happier. I mean, think about it. 3 cents an acre, that's a big deal. So we get this land, we double the size of the United States in one purchase, and it's a good thing. The problem is, nowhere in the Constitution does it give the president permission to buy land. And if he's going to do that, he has to have congressional permission. So the Federalists are upset. Remember, TJ's a Republican, so the Federalists are his opposing side. And they believe that TJ just committed an unconstitutional act. Remember, this is the guy that told the people he wanted small government. This is the same guy that said that when he was president, he would start paying back the national debt. Well, buying this huge part of land, that's an act of big government. And also the fact that he just spent all this money, that just means now we have more money in our national debt. So the Federalists are basically getting on TJ because they said, look, dude, you're lying to us, and now you're committing unconstitutional acts, you're a hypocrite. Now, regardless of that, we have the land, and now we have to figure out what's out there. Thomas Jefferson is going to hire two men, Lewis and Clark. These guys are soldiers. They fought in war before, and they also have some background in science and medicine. Now, their goal is to make it all the way to the Pacific Ocean and back. As they go along this deal, they're looking to study all the animals, plants, map new trade routes, get familiar with the Native Americans in that area, and really figure out what's going on. This entire trip, there and back, takes about 18 months. But it could have lasted, it could have ended much sooner than that, had they not met a Native American woman by the name of Sacagawea. Sacagawea is a Native American woman who is pregnant at this time. And the fact that she's pregnant is a big deal. First off, having a woman in front of this expedition, and the fact that she is pregnant, it shows other Native Americans who are violent that this is not a warring group. They don't want to have fights, all right? It's a sign of peacefulness. She also understands the routes. She's able to get them past the Rocky Mountains. I mean, she is full of knowledge because of her knowledge of this area. So Sacagawea really helps out the expedition, and is one of the main reasons why they're able to survive and make it there and back to the East Coast.